Good evening, guys. I just wanted to come on and have a chat with you. As it's Mental Health Awareness Day, I wanted to share with you one of the most darkest periods of my life and how I've tried to turn that into a positive. I've tried to deal with it and I have tried to move on. So I am married to Andrew and I am 37 years old and Andrew is 47. We have been married since September 2006. Straight away when we got married, we were start trying for a family, and about 2 years after that, once we'd gone through the required tests and everything, we were told that we were infertile and there was no treatment or anything like that that could give us a much longed for child, unless we wanted to turn to a third party without going into too much detail. And at that time I had been on a diet with Weight Watchers and I'd lost about 3 stone in order to make conceiving easier, and it just completely threw me off course. It was a really dark time, and especially as there was no treatment, no options for us, we decided we didn't want to seek the help of a third party, and we decided to move on and make the best of our lives. And actually what we did was adopt we've had 3 rescue dogs. We've had Snoopy, who was already with Andrew, who was a Whippet Cross. We've had Alfie, who was a 8-year-old Border Terrier at the time of adoption, and now we have Charlie, who is currently 6 months old. He's a Border Terrier puppy, and we consider that Charlie is our fur baby. As much as people probably don't agree with that, we are mummy and daddy to Charlie, and having dogs and rescue dogs has given us a purpose in life. It's given us something to do, something to raise, but also we have to think of the positives of the I have got a lot more time due to not having children, unfortunately and sadly, and as much as I would like to have had children, I have a lot more time to devote to my personal meal plan, my slimming world plan, my weight loss plan. I've more time to devote to my YouTube channel and my social media. I've time to devote to my career. I work essentially as a legal secretary full-time from home, and every year I've been given a pay rise and a bonus because I have the time to devote to that. I have the time to I've also been successful with my weight loss journey, so there are a lot of positives that I can look to, and it's brought us closer together as a couple. It's been really hard. It's now nearly 10 years since we were given that diagnosis, and it still hurts. It still hurts. There are still moments when I feel it. There are still times when I have that ache in my heart. This story is going to be extra long. When I have that ache in my heart, Mother's Day is particularly hard, and just any given moment. What's inspired me to make this story is I was just in the shower. Obviously you can see I'm in my dressing gown, and I remembered one of our songs. One of mine and Andrew's songs was Always by Atlantic Star. Or it is still one of our songs, and we had it playing along with a couple of others when we signed the wedding register. And in that song there's a line that says, Come with me, my sweet, and let's go make a family. Now, it still hurts to think of that song, but purposefully, I have still said that I have a family. Even if we didn't have a dog, I would still say that me and Andrew make a family, along with all our relatives, of course. We still have parents, still have both sets of parents, and our Andrew has a brother, and I've got 2 brothers and a sister, and 5 nephews, 4 nephews and 1 niece. So we do still have a family, and me, Andrew and Charlie are still a family. And yes, I mentioned family life in my speech at SlimCon, and I also touched on the pain of infertility and coming to a place of acceptance in my SlimCon speech and my Woman of the Year speech. And I said I talked about dealing with family life. I was then asked if I had children. I said no, I don't, but I still have a family. So yeah, I would say allow yourself those moments to grieve, allow yourself those moments to think what could have been, and then turn to the positives. And that's how I have got through one of the darkest periods of my life. Thanks for listening.